Welcome back. Now I'm going to show you how to migrate your existing Visual Grasp 3 data, converting it to the format required for Visual Grasp version 4. Very simply, after you've installed the Visual Grasp program, you can go to your Start button on the bottom and move up to Programs. In your programs, you'll see a new program group now called Grasp Software Corporation, and under that you will see a further division for Visual Grasp 4.0. Within that program group, you will see that you've got 4 choices, and if you select the Migrate data from VG3.0, that will convert your data from an existing Visual Grasp 3 set. Now that we've got this screen opened up, it's very simply a case of going to the View pull down, so I'm going to click on that. My menu opens and I have one option. That's a data folder migration 3.0 to version 4. And I'm going to click on this. Now, you need to know, of course, where your data is located. If you aren't sure, you could have gone at any time. You could have opened up your Visual Grasp 3, as I'm just going to do here very quickly, and I'll show you how you tell where your data is if you're not familiar with that. If I go into my demo data, for example, at the very top of my screen, you may notice that here it shows me that this particular data was located at Grasp, ACCTG, Data Demo, on Drive C. So you just need to be aware of where that data is located. In my case, I'm going to convert a different folder, and I'm going to browse to where that folder is on my network. And that's, in my case, it was under Drive V, under Grasp, under ACCTG 3.0, and I want to go to Data Saha. So I'm going to select that one right now. I'm going to click OK. It basically comes up here, and it wants to default to put this into a new folder called, also on Drive V, called Visual Grasp version 4.0 Data Saha, and I can change that. I could have it named anything that that I want. In my case, I'm quite pleased with that name, so I'm going to leave that as it is. Bear in mind that if you want users to access this location, they absolutely need to have full access to this folder on your network. Anyway, when I'm ready, I'm just going to click on this Copy to New Location button. It tells me that the folder doesn't exist. I'm going to say yes, I wish to create it. And if you get a message, confirm folder replace, you can just always say yes. Here it's the security settings in the different versions of Windows may present this a little bit differently, but you can just go ahead and click yes on that when you see that folder. What you want to make sure is that you aren't copying it to a location that already has data in it. So you want to make sure that your new data location, which we selected here, actually did not exist prior to me doing this. And so right now you can see it's in the process of copying the data. At the top of that screen, it's scrolling through the various files as it's copying it. And I may get one or two other warning messages as we go along, but for all intents and purposes, you can just say yes, it's okay. They're just a confirmation that you do in fact want to proceed and put files where you're asking them to go. So this is almost finished. Unlike prior versions of Visual Grasp, you needed to register the fact that the data set existed. That's no longer a requirement of Visual Grasp 4. So once this folder is created, it's just simply a case of pointing to it on any computer, and it will open up. We're just about finished now, and here's the additional warnings that I told you about. It's basically just because this file already exists, it's going to copy it over again. I'm just going to say yes to all. And I may get that one more time, or I may not. As I say, you can just, the initial point is making sure that the area that you select for your new data location is in fact a new area. Once again, I'm getting this, wants me to confirm that I want to do this, and I'm going to say yes again to all. And now it's told me it's complete. Now, before you migrate your data, it's a really good idea if you actually run a reindex and a data integrity in Visual Grasp 3. I haven't done that here, but for all intents and purposes, that's a good thing to do. Once the data is migrated, I can close this, and then I can go to my Visual Grasp icon right on my desktop and open it up by double-clicking on it. When it comes up, you'll notice that that location that I created is not yet in this list of files because I've actually not been there yet. So what I can do is I can browse to a data location, and then the computer will learn that I've been there, and it will then remember it in this top section. But I have to go there at first. So basically I'm going to go where I created that set of data. So that was on drive V under Visual Grasp and under version 4.0, and you do see that I do now in fact have a folder called Data Saha, and when I click OK, and it's populated that in here, and now I'm just going to click the OK button here. It tells me that my data needs to be converted, and I'm going to say yes, I want to go ahead and do that, and it's basically going to convert my data files. This may take substantially more time depending on the speed of your network and depending on the amount of data that you actually have. So make sure that you allow yourself plenty of time. Of course, during this time period, nobody can access the files while it's converting it. And it's almost done here now. And in fact, this one's done. The set of data I chose doesn't have a lot of data in it, so it didn't take very long. Conceivably, that could take a 15 or 20 minute routine on yours. Once again, I still haven't opened up the data, so I have to go and browse for it one more time here, and I'm selecting it off this list. I'm going to click OK, and it's just opening up the data files here now. And I've now got to my login codes. All my login codes are exactly as they were before. And you can see I'm successfully logged into this set of data, and I'm ready to go. Okay, well, that's all I had to show you for migrating your data. It's that simple. Once again, just make sure that you reindex in Visual Grasp 3, and also to run a data integrity check. It's preferred if you fix if there are any data errors, you want to make sure that they're fixed before you do the data migration. It's rather than after. Anyway, that's it.